Well, for those of you who haven't got a chance to see our guest that we have with us for a few days, this is Dr. Daniel Moses Kulola.
Yes, Kulola.
Kulola.
Yep.
And he is from Tanzania, and we also have with him Pastor Nicodemus, and he is here with us, and we are blessed to have them with us for a while, sharing about the Word of God, and he did an outstanding job earlier, and you should watch that devotion that he done, and we're going to put that up online to watch. So it worked this time, praise the Lord. The first one didn't catch it, but we got that one, so it was good. That's very good, and we'll have it up for everybody to share. But tell us a little bit about yourself first, just so people can get to know you.
My name is Daniel Moses Kulola. Kulola. Yes, I'm the founder and Archbishop of the church called the SOAS Evangelistic International Church. Yes, we are in Tanzania as the headquarters, but we have some branches in India and some in Burundi. Yes, and I was born in the Christian family, from the Christian family of 10. Now we are 7. 3 of them passed away some years ago. And yes, I'm the only pastor, the minister in our family. My father passed away in 2013, but he was also the minister for 69 years. So yes, I was brought from that family. Yes, I'm married with 4 children and 5 grandchildren.
Well, that's very good. And tell us, your wife's name is?
My wife is Mercy.
Mercy?
Yes, my wife is Mercy. She was supposed to be here, but because of something did not go well, she's now in Boston, in Florida. So when I finish my mission, I'm going to meet her there, then before I go back to Tanzania.
On the 21st of this month.
Or July.
July.
In July, I'll be going back to Tanzania. Yes.
Very good. Well, and so the church is there, so you're the bishop there in Tanzania, yes. Over 210 churches, right?
Yeah.
That the Lord has. And your father was a very big name in the country.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, my father was very big man of God. As I've told you that he worked for God for 69 years, and he was like a father of a revolution in Tanzania, gospel. He was the one who brought the revival in Tanzania and East Africa. Yes, so it was very difficult for us to take his mantle, because it was very tough at that time. He did not have car or any truck which would help him to take him wherever he would want to go. So he used sometimes to walk maybe 200, 400 kilometers by foot.
To take the gospel.
To take the gospel. And sometimes he was taken to the jail or to the police because people did not know what he was doing. So, and by doing that, now you see Tanzania, how it is working. Big revival there, many Christians are there. Now you see we are 63.1% Christians.
Well, that's a majority Christian.
Yes, majority. The Muslim are 34.1, and the rest are pagan and other. So yes, he did big. And he was the archbishop and the founder of the church, not the one I lead, other church called EAGT. And before passed away, he was having 6,425 churches. So it was very big, huge church. Yes. Then after, when he passed away, something started to happen which was not good. So I decided to stay aside. I didn't want to be involved in the fighting because people are fighting for the position, for the finances. So it was bad anyway. It was very bad because they knew that I could take that position even though it was not my intention to be there. My intention was to preach the gospel. I've been in the ministry for 36 years. So you see, all that time I was just preaching the gospel and taking care of my local church. So, but when my father passed away, they thought that I'm going to fight against to take that position, but it was not my intention to do that. So I decided to stay quiet, not to be involved. But by being quiet, they started to struggle to know what I was thinking about. But yes, the church was split into 3 parts. People are fighting, taking themselves to the court, doing bribings, killing themselves. Some of them were able to go to the witchcraft, to take some charms, to harm other people. It was very bad. The church was in a big shake. So some pastors came to me, told me, some of the pastors used to come to me and told me that you don't be involved in this some crisis. Don't be involved. Even the government officers. By the grace of God, people raised up government people, even the previous president and other senior government officers. They were there to protect me so that they could kill me. So after several years, I decided to get out from the church. It was not easy to get out from the church which we have been involved for many years. The sacrifice was big because we are the one as the family started that church from the bottom. And it was not, as you know, that when you start the ministry, you involve the family. You involve your child, your children, you involve your wife, you involve your family in general. But now I say I want to get out for the sake of my life. Mm-hmm. And one of the governor in Tanzania, we call them regional commissioner, came to me and told me that you have to draw the line. You draw the line and forget what you have done. God is going to pay you back. Start something new. Because people know you, the name of Kulola is big in Tanzania. So even though you start something new, you will succeed. Then I believe that God used him to make me free. Mm-hmm. When he said, he told me something like that, I felt the big burden which was in my shoulder left and went down. Yeah. So from there I started to do the process to do the registration of the new church. In Tanzania, when you want to register the ministry, you can do for maybe 1 month or less than that. But once you want to register the church, it can take maybe something more than 20 years, and you are not sure. Because if you register the church in Tanzania, it's something big. The government gives you big network. You can do anything. You get even exemption. You get each and everything. So the government always is very aware of it. So it took me 7 years to get the temporary temporary registration. After, when I decided to announce to the church, the people who are planted in my church to go against of me, they rose up. They brought the police. They wanted to chain me, to take me to the court, to the jail. But God was there to help me. I'm trying to explain in short.
Yes.
They wanted to take me to the court, but God was there to help me. From there, I decided I told them that the one who wants to stay with me, yes, the door is open. But the one who is not ready to use the new name is allowed, is free to go and find another place. So I gave them 6 months from 2020 to 2021. So, from 2021 on May to December. So at that time, people were going here and there. We didn't have good church at that time. Until when we reached on November, then I made myself to know that these people who are here are the ones who are ready to go with me. Then from there, I started to build up something new church with just temporary permit, with many restrictions. We were not allowed to open other branches because of that temporary permit. You cannot open the bank account. You cannot do anything. But the permit was allowing us to do the service in the area, in that premise. So on June 22, the government gave us the permanent registration. From there, we were free to start planting churches. Since then until now, we have 200 churches, and most of them are in the remote area. They are still growing up. So yes, we have some directorates. Under me, there are general secretary. My wife is there as my advisor, and we have general secretary. We have general treasurer. Also, the administration chart goes like this. And under me, there are zonal bishops with their offices. And under zonal bishops, there are regional bishops. Under regional bishops, there are pastors. After there are church members. Also, we have directories of children, women's, men's, youth, intercessors. We have different
all over the country of Tanzania.
Yes, except the place called Kilwa, which is south and eastern south of Tanzania.
So,
but the rest, we have branches.
So the church is allowed to plant churches and spread, but first you must get a permit to operate. Once you get the permit, then you can plant churches and do churches.
That's what that's why I was trying to fight for 7 years to get that permit.
7 years to get a permit to open the church.
Permit, yes. When I got, and from there, since then, I was allowed to do anything. That's why we are allowed to do the crusade, to open the account, to open the branches. So yes. So we are still doing the church planting, and my plan until 2030, I believe we'll have 1,000 churches. I came here in America to share with people that if I can get people who can partner me together with my vision, I'll be very happy. We have the vision. I have number one in the spiritual area. The spiritual area, to do the crusade, to do the revival, to do the church plantings, to do the leadership conferences, something like that, to open the churches, to build the Bible school. We want to focus there so that the church can be alive. We want to build the church alive. So the second area we are trying to focus is the area of development. We need to have some projects which can help us to accumulate funds which can help to afford the costs of the church to run the church. For example, we need to build the school, and because we are the church, we are allowed to open the school with Christians moral. So I'm here in America to try to find people who can help me to construct the schools, which will start from nursery school, daycare school, primary school, secondary. Also, we need to have a vocational center. This will help the young people or anyone to get the skills so that they can employ themselves, because the government does not provide the job. It is not enough to give employment to all people who need. So we want to create that opportunity for the believers. So also in future we need to have our own dispensary hospital. We need to have our radio station and television in future. We are allowed to do that. So we need to have farms, to do the farms, so people can be going there and we give them wages. They do
set up farms.
Yes, set a farm to do
give people jobs.
Yes, to give people a job. So that is the church I need to be. And in the other side, we need to have the social projects. We need to open the sober's house to help the people who are addicted. We need to have orphanages. We have to help the widows. The widows in Africa, in Tanzania, are in very bad condition. So we need to save them as the church. So also, by doing the church planting, we need to buy the lands, and they are not expensive. In the rural area, in the village, they are not expensive. It's like maybe $600 to $1,000. You get the
piece of land.
Yeah, piece of land.
How big a piece of land would $600 buy?
Yes, 1 acre. 1 acre, you get the land. Even more than that, I've experienced. So when we buy the land, we build the temporary tabernacle, either by hooking the iron pillars or timber, and we shade with iron shade.
And the materials for that, when you got the materials for that, they would cost about what for the materials to build
To
one?
buy the land and to build the temporary tabernacle, the engineer says that it is $4,000. But 3,500 is all material, the floor, the roof, the tin, everything. And 500 to 600, you buy the land. So when you have 4,000, you build the church and people are there. That's why he said that by 2013, I'll be having 1,000 churches. And most of the people, especially most of the big evangelists or the ministers, they most prefer to go to the big city. They forget to go to the rural area, the village. And I just want to tell you something. I used to think that Muslim and Christians are the number is the same. But when we did the census 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think, I'm not sure, the results came that Christians are 63.1. I came to ask myself why. Because when you are in big city, you see Muslims are there. I came to realize that Muslims believe to stay in big city, not in the rural area. That's why they are not there. And if they open their mind to go to the rural area, we are finished, because they have money, they get support from Arab countries. So that's why I decided to go there, where people are just rejected. They don't have churches. They live as they are. to do the church planting with low cost. Yes, when we are strong enough, then we can start
So
coming.
it's the church going
Yes.
to the people before the Muslim community
Yes.
goes and evangelizes people
Yes, yes,
to take the gospel.
yes. That's
Yeah.
the idea I have, that's the vision I have. So I've come here to find out people who can help me to do the church planting, to train people to do the church planting, also to buy the land and to build the temporary tabernacle. So these are my requests to come here. I'm not going to ask for me, no. Otherwise I could share you that I want the truck, even though I want the 4x4, which can take me to the remote area, because during the rain season, in Tanzania we have two seasons, big two seasons, rain season and sun season. And the rain season starts from November, I think most from November to May, to the May. So you find all this time you cannot go to the remote area, because if the car is, you cannot get stuck.
What, to get a vehicle like that there in the country, how much is the cost?
They used most, maybe from 20,000 net, 20,000 to 30,000, something like that.
About the same as it is here in the United States.
Land Cruiser, why we say Land Cruiser?
Yes.
Because the spares, yes,
Yeah, it's just that's what you
it's
need.
easy to get there. Even the truck from here, if we get them, it is easy. I've seen you have big trucks here. If you ship them to Tanzania, they are good. They can help me there. I've seen here some Viara. These are good in Africa, because you take it, you go to the remote instead of trying to find out where can I sleep to sleep. You get the place to sleep, and you cannot make people wasumbua.
We cannot
Bother people to find the place we can live.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm here to ask the support so that the church in Tanzania can stand with 2 legs. I need people to come to Tanzania to do the gospel, to preach the gospel, to do the revival. I need that people. And also I need people who can deal with women's. I need missionaries who can stay there, or some of them who can be connected with me as the bridge to do that. There are people I've been sharing with you, they need clothes. There are people they need clothes, especially when we go to the remote area. The people they need clothes. I think I said true. They need clothes. When you give them clothes, when you give them well, you dig well, you give them well, they see God. Something like that has been skipped with many Pentecostal church. Many Pentecostal church in Tanzania, they just deal or focus to preach the gospel. They forget to save the community. So I've come with this idea, something new, that we need to preach the gospel. We need to show the people the love of God by saving them.
So when I first was contacted by the brother Nicodemus for you to come, I said, let me go online and see what the bishop was preaching. So I brought up your services and looked at it, but I couldn't understand anything you were saying because it's all in Swahili.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know the message that you were preaching, but I trusted that I had met Nicodemus and that was a solid Christian man, and so we invited you to come.
Yeah.
But now, listening to your message and what you've been teaching, and here on, then I can see, that it's the born again Christian message, that Jesus saves, delivers us from sin, helps us overcome the power of sin. I appreciate that's the message, the same way that I present the message,
Yes.
which is overcoming the power of sin. And so I think that's the way you would classify your church is just a born again Bible-believing
Yeah.
Christian church.
Yes.
And so that's the message that you take, because when people get involved, they want to
Yeah.
make sure that
You know,
they
we
get
need,
involved with somebody who has the same message and heart that they do.
we need to take people back to God.
So the message you're taking to the people, just tell us in brief summary the message, the gospel message that you want them to hear. That way those who hear and say, yes, that's the message that
Which message?
the gospel message, that when you go and preach, and you're telling the people what is the bottom line message that you're trying to get across to them.
I try to, if I've understood you, that what I mean to tell them. I want to take the people back to God, to walk together with God, to live the life with no sins, because always sins separate the people with God. And now we see God is very far. We are very far away from God. And that's why you cannot see the power of God in our lives. We cannot see what God is doing to the people, because God has gone far away because of our sins. So because God is love, He's there to help people, we are trying to bring people back to God. When people are there, they are sons and daughters of God. God is there to help them. That has been happening in Tanzania, and wherever I could, I go to Europe countries, I go to other countries in Africa. I want to bring people back to God, and to bring back the revival, to bring back the revival. People can be going to the church, but they are asleep. They go there, they are weak, they sleep. No the power, no fire in the church. But we want to bring back the fire to the church. When the time of praise, they praise seriously. When the time of prayer is there, we pray seriously. No joke. So by doing that, you'll find that God come near by the church. Yes. I think it's okay. So that's why when I preach very serious. I preach very serious. Yes.
And when you preach, you have, even though in this interview you can do English, but when you preach, use a translator, because there's a lot of more technical words and a lot of words that are harder to grasp. So rather, Nicodemus translates for you when you do. And so it's one thing to talk basic English, but then when you begin to explain the gospel and the concepts in the gospel, it gets a little harder.
Yeah, but I trust him.
Right.
He has been doing good.
Yes.
I understand what I say and what he says.
Yeah.
So if you see me, I'm continuing to preach. It means I hear what he's saying is correct.
Right.
So there are some ways it's very difficult to make them in the other language, because I go fast, and it's very easy, not easy to change them from Swahili to English in short time.
Right.
So, but he's doing very good, because he was born there. He knows his Swahili and he knows English. So for him to change from Swahili to English is very easy.
And you're here. Do you have any idea when the next time that you plan to come to America is?
Yes, now because the church is well settled, I plan every year to come. I can be coming 2 times a year. Yes, I'm ready to come. For those who are ready to come, to invite me to the conferences, to the crusade, tent crusades, I'm born there. If you do the tent crusade, I'm born there. My ministry is to go direct to the people, to change their lives, to change their mind, to take off their sins, to pray for the sin or for the sick, to make them heal. That is my ministry I've been doing for 36 years. When you take me to the church indoor, I know how to go with the indoor.
Yeah.
I mix up. When I'm outside, I do the pure evangelism. When I'm inside, I mix to encourage people to show the way. I do this. It's like the mother who is bringing back the children who are wounded, who are sick.
There's a difference between speaking to those who are Christian and speaking to those who have not yet become
Yes,
Christian.
you have to know how to make.
Being a pastor and being an evangelist.
That's why I thank my father, because I used to be just an evangelist, as an evangelist. Like my father told me one day that you have now to be a pastor, because once you do evangelism and pastoral ministry, when you make them together, you have a very good package. Because even though you go to preach to bring people back to God, there are people born again there. You need to mix. They need encouragement there. They need to show the way they can solve their lives, or whatever the case. So I think God has made me to be good in all that area. Yes. So I'm ready to be invited to preach the gospel in tent, crusade, everywhere. When you say revival, I know everything I can do. So I can come 2 times or 3 times, because it's a matter of getting the visa and come here. And
You have to get another visa each time you come?
my visa is going to expire on April next year. So if someone wants to invite me for 1 week, when I go back, I'm ready. So when it is almost to expire, and if the government of America will be happy to give me maybe 5 years visa, I'll be happy. I've been given the visa of Canada for 10 years, so I can go in Canada anytime.
You go to Canada a lot?
Yes, I go to Canada a lot. Quebec, Montreal, Toronto, I go everywhere to preach the gospel. So if I get that long time or visa, I'm happy, so that I can be coming here. I do the revival, I go there. You know, people want something new, something new. Even me in Tanzania, in my church, when somebody come, I'm very happy, because God has sent someone to come to help my people. So we do the exchanging.
Right.
Yes, we do that exchanging. So yes, I'm ready.
Well, that's very good. Well, and so we're gonna put up the website, that you showed me, and I saved it on the bottom of the video. So on the bottom of this video, and the description, you will see the website where they can learn about what you got, the book that you have to put together, what you're trying to do.
I've come together with the book. I don't have it here. The book which explain about the project.
We're going to put the link to it on the video.
Put the QR so that people can tap from there. And it is my request. It is my request from the people who are watching this session, that if God will touch their lives, to come and partner with me, even though I didn't mention everything. But because the church is the church with mixing of different people, the one who is ready to partner with us in Tanzania, the door is open. My contact is there. You can put there my contact. I have the number here in America, and also I have the number in Tanzania. If they want to see in YouTube, it is SAIC HQ TV. SAIC HQ TV. When they go there, they see all the preaching or the ministry. In Facebook, I'm Daniel Moses Kulola, and the church profile is the Soars Evangelistic International Church HQ. So because if you don't like that HQ, it can go to all branches, my branches. So if you mention HQ, it means the headquarters. So yes. The name of the church is the Soars Evangelistic International Church. In short, we say SAIC. S-E-I-C.
S-E-I-C.
Yes.
Soars Evangelistic
International Church.
International Church. And I'll get all that written down and I'll put that on the video so
Yes.
people can click on the video, they can see all
Yes,
of
the
that.
all information you can get them from, I give you my business card, so from there, you can be able
Right.
to
And
see all the information because the informations are there.
And I can get it from you in a little while. You know, the video's not going up right now. I won't have to,
Yes, you can.
it doesn't go live. We record it and then put it up.
Yeah.
But, very good. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, and I hope that people will, you know, contact you, and we're gonna find ways to work together with you.
Thank you very
Figure
much.
that out and how we're gonna do that.
I appreciate it.
And, the Lord will show us what to do next.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Amen.